Come back to the reason why God wrote the book. Let's go find Jesus Christ. He's the only one that matters. All right, let's get to our point. But now he goes on and says, hey, he who kills a bull as if he slays a man and all this stuff, he starts talking about sacrifices. So God says, hey, forget it, man. I'm not accepting anything at your hand. Hey, I don't want your bull. I don't want your lamb. You're breaking the dog's neck. I don't want your grain offering. You offer me a pig. I don't want your incense. Now, you understand incense? Burning incense means worship, a surrender, right? As he blessed an idol, they were, just as they have chosen their what? That's your own way to God. Look at the difference, friends. Listen to God. Look and understand. Here is God's way of salvation in verse 2, right here. This is God's way. God's salvation. What don't you see in this part of the verse? You don't see any effort by man. It's void of human hands or human effort, totally dependent upon God. Look at this difference. He who kills, and he brings a bull. He who sacrifices, he brings a lamb. He who offers, he brings so-called his prayer. I mean, not his prayer. He brings praise. Remember, grain offering is what you pour on. All right. He who burns incense, he burns. This is prayer. So this is praise. This is prayer. Incense is always a sign of prayer and reverence, right? Lamb, this is for forgiveness. And the bull really was for the nation, or it's really for the nation. That's what it was for. And the leaders. All right. So notice something. Look at all the self effort going on in this verse as a comparison to God doing it himself. Huge difference, friends. God says you killed this murder. I don't want that. God says you're a dog. I don't want that. God says you're a pig. I don't want that. God says you're a false God. I don't want that. And I can't accept it. And I don't care how many you give. I will never accept that at your hands. Just as they have chosen, it's your way to me. God said, no. And they're so in their own abominations. God just called all this mess abomination. That's your self-righteousness trying to get to God, thinking you can do something in any way that can please God. Friend, the only person God is ever pleased with is Christ. Is God pleased with Kevin? Absolutely not. As long as Kevin is in Christ, God is pleased with Kevin. Otherwise, he can't. He's too righteous. He's too holy. Do you understand that? I can have every thought purified. I can have every action perfect. I would never please God. The only acceptable person in behavior for God is his son. Why? Because he's the only one equal with God. All right. Now, so God says he's going to do all this stuff, but that's not my point. Where do I want to go? I want to show you guys that people are actually going to see hell. Okay, now watch this. Let's just go straight to the point. For as the new heavens and new earth, what is he talking about? That. That's what God is talking about. As the new heavens and the new earth, what about it, God? Which, what? Which, look at this, I will make. You mean tell me at this time it didn't exist? To God it did. To you and me, no. God inhabits all eternity. Of course it already exists. To God, it always existed. To you and I, no. Of course not. Shall remain before me, says the Lord. So shall your descendants and your name remain. And it shall come to pass. Look, for the future for us. It Now let me ask you a question. You see that right there? You see that word? Shall come. Is there anything you, me, the devil, Michael the archangel, the cherubims, the seraphims, and all of humanity together, and all the angels, all the demons and all the holy angels, let's say we all come together and we say, no, God, it ain't going to come to pass. Will it still come to pass? Of course it will. Why? Why? I thought his creatures had free will to stop this. No, friend, this is a decree. I will decree that it's coming to pass. And you know what? It's coming to pass whether you like it or not. You see, that's the beauty about God being God. He's not worried about you. He's not worried about me. And I know people don't like that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People don't like hurricanes. No, they still come. People don't like earthquakes. They still come. Can you stop it because you don't like it? Of course not.